Sweet dreamers, welcome to a new magical story. Today's story is about Wolly the White Mouse's adventure at the Winter Festival. On a clear winter evening, when the stars sparkled like glistening diamonds in the night sky, there was a little white mouse named Wolly. Wolly lived in a cozy burrow beneath the roots of an old oak tree in the forest. Wolly was different from the other mice because he had a snow-white coat and adorable pink ears. It was that time of year when the trees were covered in a thick blanket of snow, and the air was filled with the delightful scent of winter treats. All around Wolly, he could hear the sounds of excitement and joy. The Winter Festival had arrived. Wolly decided that he didn't want to miss the Winter Festival this year. He wrapped himself in his warmest scarf, snuggled up in a cozy blanket, and packed a little backpack with goodies. Then, he set off to the Winter Festival, which was taking place in a nearby town. When Wolly arrived at the festival, he was amazed by the beautiful lights, decorations, and music. There was an enchanting carnival with carousels, cotton candy, and colorful balloons. Wolly gazed with wide eyes at the glittering ice rink in the center of the square. He knew he had never learned to ice skate, but he desperately wanted to try. As he approached, a friendly snow owl named Yukai suddenly came up to him. Yukai had wise eyes and said, "Hey there, little friend. Would you like to learn how to ice skate?" Wolly nodded excitedly and said, "Yes, please, but I don't know how." Yukai smiled and offered his wing to Wolly. "Let's try it together," said Yukai. Wolly held on to Yukai's wing, and they began to glide slowly across the ice. Wolly felt the wind in his fur and had a smile from ear to ear. It was a magical moment. As Wolly learned to ice skate, he met other animals just as kind as Yukai. They shared hot chocolate, had snowball fights, and enjoyed winter fun together. Wolly felt so happy and loved. When the night fell, and the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Wolly knew it was time to return to his cozy burrow beneath the oak tree. He said thank you and bid farewell to his new friends. Wolly crawled into his warm blanket, closed his eyes, and dreamed of the Winter Festival. It had been a magical day, full of joy and adventure, and Wolly fell asleep with a smile on his face, knowing he was always welcome at the Winter Festival and that he had made new friends. Wolly's magical winter adventures. The following morning, Wolly woke up with a sparkling memory of the Winter Festival. He was delighted with all the adventures he had experienced and the new friends he had made. As the sun slowly rose and covered the snow outside his burrow, Wolly felt excited for a new day. Wolly decided that he couldn't wait for the next Winter Festival, so he resolved to have a small winter adventure every day. He began by making a list of things he wanted to do, and each day, he chose something new to try. He learned how to make snow angels, built a snow fort big enough for all his friends, and organized a little winter sports day with games like sledding and icicle tossing. One of the highlights of Wolly's winter adventures was creating a beautiful snowman. He rolled large snowballs through the garden, giving his snowman a funny hat and a carrot nose. When he finished, he named his snowman Frosty and said to him, "You're my friend, Frosty, and we'll have lots of fun together this winter." Frosty and Wolly became inseparable friends. They played hide-and-seek in the snowy forest and had snowball fights with the other animals. Frosty might have been made of snow, but he radiated warmth and friendship. One day, as Wolly and Frosty were on an adventure, they heard a soft chirping. They followed the sound and found a little bird trapped in the branches of a frozen bush. Wolly and Frosty worked together to free the little bird gently and kept it warm in their cozy burrow. The bird was so grateful that it started singing, and its melody filled the air with joy. Wolly, Frosty, and the little bird became the best of friends and had the most fantastic winter adventures together. They discovered that friendship and adventure can be found everywhere, even on the coldest winter days. The Grand Winter Festival. The winter days passed by, and Wolly, Frosty, and their friends had one adventure after another. They had snowball fights, built igloos, and savored winter treats like hot chocolate and roasted marshmallows over a crackling campfire. But there was one event that Wolly looked forward to the most: the Grand Winter Festival. The Grand Winter Festival was an annual event that brought the entire town to a festive frenzy. There were enchanting light displays, fireworks lighting up the night sky, and the sweet scent of cinnamon and sugar wafting from street vendors. Wolly knew that this was the highlight of winter, and he couldn't wait to attend. On the day of the festival, Wolly and Frosty decided to dress up festively. Wolly wore his fanciest scarf, and Frosty had a few sparkling sequins added to his snowy coat. Together, they made their way to the town. When they arrived, they were greeted by joyful music and smiling faces. Activities for all ages were everywhere. There were stalls with treats like warm apple turnovers, cotton candy, and roasted chestnuts. Children happily glided on the ice rink, and adults laughed as they danced to the music. Wolly and Frosty visited a booth where they could create Christmas ornaments. They decorated baubles with sparkling glitter and colorful ribbons and hung them on the tree in the center of the square. The tree began to shine like a magical Christmas tree, and Wolly and Frosty were proud of their contribution. Afterward, as the evening fell, everyone gathered around the main stage for the Christmas light ceremony. The mayor stood on the stage and gave a speech. When he pressed a button, the lights in the town started to twinkle, and the Christmas tree lit up. It was a breathtaking sight, and everyone cheered and applauded. Following the ceremony, it was time for the evening's highlight, the fireworks. Wolly, Frosty, and their friends found a cozy spot in the snow and gazed in awe at the colorful explosions in the sky. The fireworks illuminated the night sky and made the stars shine even brighter. The Grand Winter Festival was an unforgettable evening full of joy and wonder. Wolly realized that it wasn't just about the beautiful lights and fireworks but, more importantly, about the warmth of friendship and togetherness on cold winter days. Wolly and Frosty returned to their cozy burrow beneath the oak tree, their hearts filled with happiness and gratitude for the wonderful winter adventures and the Grand Winter Festival. As they nestled in their warm blankets, they knew that every winter day could bring a new adventure and that friendship and love were the true treasures of winter. Good night, dear children, and dream of the magic of winter.